It took me 3 years of grinding, struggling, and doing everything wrong before I figured out the one mindset shift that changed everything in my real estate business. And I'm going to share it with you in this video so you don't have to waste 3 years like I did. I used the same technique to go from starting the year with a $250,000 loss to closing the biggest profit deals that we ever had, hitting our first $1 million year. Nothing changed in our marketing. Nothing changed in our strategies. The only thing that changed was that one little shift that I'm going to share with you here. So if you've been making calls, doing the work, and wondering why deals keep falling through or why you can't seem to break through, this might be the missing piece. So stay with me. So what was that shift? It was extreme gratitude. And I know I can already hear some of you clicking off. Gratitude, that's the big secret. But stay with me. I promise you, this is going to be worth your time, because I'm not talking about writing in a journal and saying thanks for your coffee. I'm talking about positive thinking to a whole different degree. This is the piece that nobody talks about in real estate, but it's the thing that separates people who grind for years and stay stuck from people who break through and start stacking deals. And once I explain how it actually works, you're going to see why it's been the missing piece for you too. Here's what most people get wrong about gratitude. They think it's something you feel after you win, after the deal closes, after the money hits your account. But that's not gratitude. That's just relief. Real gratitude, the kind that actually moves the needle, is proactive, not reactive. It means being grateful before the results show up, before the deal closes, before anything changes on the outside. And I know that sounds backwards. I know it sounds like some woo-woo nonsense, but let me explain why it actually works, and I'll give you the science behind it too. When you're stuck in survival mode, stressed about money, anxious about deals falling through, desperate for something to hit, your brain literally cannot see opportunity in front of you. You're in fight or flight right now. Your vision narrows. You miss everything. You miss all the things that are right in front of you. But when you shift into gratitude first, before anything external changes, your brain releases dopamine and serotonin. Those are the chemicals that increase motivation, clarity, and problem solving. You stop operating from desperation and start operating from possibility. That's why you've probably experienced this. You finally lock up one deal and suddenly 2 or 3 more opportunities appear out of nowhere. You feel like you're just on a roll. But nothing changed except your state. You got that one win, relaxed, felt grateful, and your brain opened up. And what's even funnier with this, guys, you might have not even closed that deal yet. But the fact that you locked it up already made that shift. The problem is most people wait for that external win to feel that way. I'm telling you, you can create that state on purpose. And when you do, the external results will follow. If this is clicking for you and you're realizing you've been doing gratitude backwards, then just do me a favor, hit that like button and subscribe. I'm going to break down exactly how to practice this in a second. Let me tell you about the worst deal we ever did. It cost us $250,000. We got into a project because our pipeline was dry. We were desperate. We needed something, anything on the books. So we bought a project we never should have touched. And here's the crazy part. As soon as we closed on that deal, before we made a single dollar, our anxiety dropped. We felt like, okay, we've got something. We're good. And within a week or two, we got 3 more deals, back to back. Then more kept coming. What changed? Our marketing didn't change. Our strategies didn't change. The only thing that changed was we stopped being desperate. We felt okay. We felt grateful that we had something in the pipeline. That one shift opened up the floodgates. But that deal went south really bad. It took us years to complete, and when we finally finished, we have not just lost $250,000 in profit. No, I wish it was $250,000 in profit. This was a $250,000 out of our pockets. So the profit was wiped already. And we were negative $250,000. We had a choice to make in that moment. Focus on everything that went wrong or be grateful for this opportunity. You obviously know what we chose. Because we decided to be grateful and figure it out, we closed more higher profit deals that year than ever before. And we made our first $1 million that year. And that $250,000 loss, we recovered from it because all the other deals that came through were enough to help us understand that we don't need to be chasing them. But here's what I want you to understand. That project didn't save us. What saved us was the shift that happened inside when we stopped waiting for something external to feel okay. If we had known how to create that state without needing that deal, I would have saved myself 3 years of struggle. So how do you actually do this? Let me give you the framework. First, stop practicing reactive gratitude. That's when you only feel grateful after something good happens. That keeps you stuck because you're always waiting for the outside world to give you permission to feel good. Instead, practice what I call extreme gratitude. This means being grateful in advance. Being grateful for the lesson you don't yet understand. Being grateful for the challenge that's making you stronger. And here's the exercise I want you to do. 1, identify one area of your life right now that feels painful, stressful, or frustrating. You already know what it is. Write it down. 2, ask yourself, what's the hidden growth in this? What is this situation teaching me? What am I becoming because of this challenge? 3, write down 3 statements using this format. I am grateful for blank, whatever's going on, because it's making me blank, whatever the outcome is. For example, I'm grateful for this slow pipeline because it's forcing me to sharpen my skills. I'm grateful for that deal falling through because it's teaching me not to put all my weight on one opportunity. I'm grateful for this struggle because it's building the resilience I'll need when doing $50,000 deals. The because is the key. It connects the challenge to the growth. That's what makes gratitude feel real instead of forced. If you're still with me, drop in the comment below and tell me one thing you're choosing to be grateful for right now, even if it's hard. And if you know someone who needs to hear this, send them this video. It might be the thing that shifts everything for them. I want to leave you with this. Every challenge you're facing right now is yours for a reason. Not as a punishment, but rather as a preparation. The struggle is training, not failing. The only way you fail is you quit. It took me 3 years to get traction in this business when I first got started. 3 years. I was barely doing anything for those 3 years. And I've heard people complain after 3 months. I get it, but you need more grit than that. And here's what I've learned. If success came too fast, I probably wouldn't have been able to handle it. I've watched people get a $70,000 deal on their first try and completely fall apart because they weren't ready for it. Your challenges are building the capacity you need for what's coming. What's coming is what you asked. Remember what you asked of this business, of this world, right? You want to be a successful real estate investor. You want to be making 50, 100, 200 grand a month in this business. Guess what? The current you can't handle that. Your capacity needs to expand, but you have to choose to see it that way. Viktor Frankl wrote a wonderful book, Survived the Concentration Camps, and wrote that when we can no longer change a situation, we're challenged to change ourselves. Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in prison and called it the university of life. If they can find gratitude in those moments, you can find gratitude in a slow month or a deal that fell through. Gratitude doesn't change the situation immediately. It changes you. And then you change the situation. So here's your challenge. For the next 7 days, I want you to start every morning by writing down 10 things you're grateful for and why. Not surface level stuff. Go deep. I want you to feel it. Not I'm grateful for my coffee. I promise you, after 2 or 3 days, it's going to get really hard. You're going to run out of easy answers. But that's the point. That's when the real shift happens. And if you do this, if you commit to it, watch what happens to your calls, your appointments, your energy. Watch how opportunities start showing up that weren't there before. Because when this shifts, everything shifts. So when you're doing your 10 areas of gratitude, I want you to really dig deep on those. Like, where's your struggle right now in your business? Where is it right now? Is it money? Is it lead flow? Is it closing? What is it? Doesn't matter what it is. How can you be grateful for that? I gave this example to my group the other day. I have people in my group that are struggling with the CRM. I have other people in the group that are struggling with sales. I promise you, the people that are struggling with sales are looking at the people that are struggling with the CRM and saying, I wish I had your struggle. I wish my only struggle was the CRM. And the people that are struggling with the CRM are probably looking at the people with sales as like, I wish I had your struggle. Remember, your struggle is for you. Stop looking over the fence. Stop looking at the other side and looking at somebody else with a different struggle and thinking they're lucky, because their struggle is just as difficult as yours is for you. So what is your struggle and how can you be grateful for that right now? What about that struggle is shaping you to be the investor you said you wanted to be? And now, if you're ready to take this to the next level and you want help building a predictable, consistent, high profit wholesale business, I want to invite you to book a free strategy call with me. On this call, we'll dig into exactly where you're at, what's holding you back, and map out a clear plan to get you closing bigger deals consistently. Simply go to pwmcall.com, book your free strategy call, and let's figure out what's standing between you and your next level.